So this country in the east that begins with the letter K is imploding in real time along with the rest of the west. And even though they claim, or even though they are in the east, they actually follow the rest of the west in terms of their culture and their direction, their trajectory as a society. And I'll explain why. And well, shit, I guess I have to say the name now because I can't keep saying the country that begins with the letter K. It just takes too long and it doesn't roll off the tongue well. So fuck it, I'm just gonna say Korea. It's just so disgraceful to say because I'm probably never going back to this fucking country again. But anyways, this country, today's episode is about why I also believe it's in the state of RIP, or will be soon. Okay? So, shit, I guess in honor of Korea, I'm gonna have some soju, because that's probably the only thing they produce well in that country. So, it's right here. I'm gonna have the ara today. Oh yeah, I know, it's not chamisul. Russell, you're slacking. Yeah, we can go suck my ass, like always. Okay, we can't always have perfection in life, else there would be no room for growth. Thus no struggle. Come on now. Anyways, Mazel Tov, massive cum shots. Let's rock. Alright. So, the main and most paramount reason why Korea is going to hell in a handbasket as well is simply because they just can't stop, because they can't stop sucking off the West. Yeah, they just can't stop doing that with Biden's cock for some reason. I don't know what's wrong with them. So because of this, they will eventually fall with the rest of the West, because the West is the only thing that's protecting them, America and their allies, because South Korea was birthed from the US after the Korean War in the 60s. So therefore, the only thing stopping Papa Kim, say it in the Korean accent, so you don't think I'm some ignorant asshole. Papa Kim, the only thing stopping Papa Kim from taking over is the US and its allies' protection. So once that collapses, which I believe eventually will, at this trajectory, then Papa Kim has free reign to just take over again. So that's the main reason. And then stemming from that, because Korea's was birthed from the West and it's tied to the West, they follow American culture and this Marxist bullshit culture that we talked about previously. You know, all this shit starting to seep in to Korea now. That's why we had this in 2017. The feminists started to take a stronghold in Korea because this public rape incident happened and people like to point fingers because they're a bunch of lazy motherfuckers and can't take accountability. So this public rape incident happened and then they said, oh, she got raped because she was a woman. Oh ho ho. Yeah, what a shocker. So yeah, now the feminists are coming out and fucking wrecking havoc. And then we have all these shitty missionaries, these missionaries for a shitty cause coming to Korea. Huh, that's a pretty good group name. Missionaries for a shitty cause. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call these Marxist shitheads from now on. Missionaries for a shitty cause. We have these people coming to Korea now, spreading their Marxist culture with them, mainly college students and young people, and just infecting the rest of Korea with it. So, you know, now we have men and women starting to hate each other, and it's evidence with Korea has the lowest birth rate in the world. You can see the statistics right here. I'm not pulling it out of my ass. And then we also have the highest suicide rate in the world. So that's a double whammy. We don't have a replacement rate to build the economy. We don't have a replacement population to build the economy of Korea, and we have people offing themselves, young people offing themselves. Come on, man. As you guys like to hear. And then the other thing that I think that, in my opinion, Korea lacks any originality and creativity. Yeah, I know. No, K-pop is not yours, okay? You ripped that shit straight off of 1990s America, and it's evident. Look at the comparison pictures here. Alright? It looks like the fucking 1990s, early 2000s American pop culture. It's the same bullshit rebranded with a bunch of Koreans in it. That's all it is. And what, you have Hyundai? Really? Anybody can make a car, you just need the blueprint The original car was the Ford Model T in America. So that's not yours either. So really, what originality do you have? Your food and your soju? Yeah, okay. Well, I guess that's gonna take you very far when Papa Keem comes right back, right? And then, lastly, I think, and most important is, we have this fucking identity crisis going on there, where we still have this Confucianist culture from back in the days where people have to care about one another and treat each other as family and think as a hive mind. And then we also have this capitalist culture too, because Korea was birthed as a bastion of freedom and capitalism in the East to protect against North Korea and China by the US. So we just have this fucking bullshit hybrid system that doesn't make any sense. Either choose one or the other. People are just confused. It confuses people. That's probably why they're offing themselves, because they can't choose which one to be. So that's why we also see things like people still wearing masks there. And everybody knows it's bullshit. It's all been exposed. And they take the damn things off when they sit in a restaurant or they go home. And but they still force you to wear a mask. And why? Just so you can fit in? And so you can claim to care about each other? You obviously don't care about each other, because that's why the Halloween trample happened. Nobody gave a shit about each other there. They just killed each other for no reason, apparently. And then with the wearing of the mask, it's all just bullshit. Nobody cares. So that's the thing. You have to be there to pick it up. But in Korea, there's this sense of, oh, people kind of claim, people look like they care about each other, but in reality, they don't. You have to be there to pick up on it. I can't explain it. So those are perhaps the main reasons why Korea is in a state of RIP too. They have this Marxist shitty culture that they just can't stop sucking off from the West. And then they're tied to the West anyways. So when the rest of the West goes down, then they're gonna go down too. And then you just have this lack of creativity and originality going on. And people are starting to become more divided, more lazier, more prideful for no reason. Yeah, K-pop's not yours. You ripped that shit off in 1990s America. You fucking Muppets. Yeah, I know you think you're so creative and intelligent, but no, you're not. And then we just have this identity crisis about the Confucianism and the capitalism. Just choose one or the other, okay? So, if you're thinking about moving to Korea, just don't, okay? You might as well just stay in the West. Because it's the same thing, except you have a bunch of Koreans running around yelling, oh, Shiba, Shiba, or yeah, I can Shiba these nuts, motherfucker.